cannot be the only one that always says 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. It's never 5 more minutes. Let's go. So the absolute first thing I always do, no matter what the morning, whether it's a slow morning, whether it's I'm in the office morning and I need to get ready, it's always a cup of tea. Always, always, always. And I don't know if it's actually the same thing of how you're not supposed to have a cup of tea, like, straight away. I know you're not supposed to have a cup of coffee straight away, like, without eating, which obviously I don't do. I used to do that, but I don't do that anymore. But I have to have a cup of tea, and it's Yorkshire tea, so you have to. And I got this really cute new little mug. I think it's from Dunelm, but I got it from my friend for my birthday. So yeah, a cup of tea in that this morning. And honestly, I just try and just like not think about anything and not like stress about anything. It's almost like I allocate this time to specifically have a nice slow morning, and then if there's anything I need to stress about or worry about, I can stress about that after. But like, this is the time to be slow and to just chill and enjoy myself, and I absolutely love doing it. So yeah, always a cup of tea first thing. So typically on a day where I work from home, I will basically just do like skincare or something in the morning. I don't do anything fancy, and I don't even know if some of the stuff is even good for me or whatever. I just use it because it's what I've got. So I've got this vitamin C like brightening eye gel. I'll put a clip of it like close up, but I just use that under my eyes and hope for the best, really. That is the vibe we go for. And just hope that I don't look like a zombie. And then this is the Clean and Clear Daily Dual Action Moisturiser. I've used this for years. It's probably not good for my skin, but I don't really want to faff about with trying to find a new one. I do eventually want to try and find an alternative, but basically I'm such like a bulk buyer. Like I'll get like things on deals where it's like, I don't know, like 3 for something, and then something like that, like it lasts ages. So then I am now basically stuck with like loads of that moisturiser, and I just have to use it up basically. That is what I'm doing. I don't think I'm going to buy any more, purely because, you know, I'm trying to go down this whole like natural living route or whatever. One thing I would love to try is some sort of like beef tallow moisturiser. Anyone who hasn't actually looked into that, they're gonna like hear that and think, what the hell are you doing? Why are you wanting to put beef on your face? But just read up on it. Like, trust me, it's like really, really good. So that is one thing that I want to try, but I'm just going to use up like the other moisturiser I've got so far. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of concealer under my eyes, purely because I don't really want to look dead. That is my main reason. I don't really do much when I'm like working from home, and then equally, I mean, I don't really do much more than this when I'm actually going into the office. I don't really tend to wear like a lot of makeup just on the daily, so this is what we do. I feel like I am quite, it depends on like the time of the month, but sometimes, like, you know, my skin is alright. It's normally just when it comes up to like that time of the month that it's not great, but normally it's not actually too bad. It's more like, so I dermaplane my face, but that's more just because I have PCOS, so I get like excess hair and stuff, like the whiskers get popping out, so I just dermaplane. It makes me feel more confident, and it's good for getting rid of all like the dead excess skin as well. So that's what I do, basically just stick a bit of concealer under my eyes so that I don't look like a zombie. And then typically, like, if I was going into the office, I'd probably then use a bit of like bronzer or contour or whatever. I do love to just brush through my brows, I'm not gonna lie. I am a sucker for doing that, even on work from home days. It just makes me feel more put together, and then if I don't feel like a slob, then I'm gonna have a better day. Really. So I am quite lucky. Sorry, getting like my concentration face there. I am quite lucky with my eyebrows. I have not always been lucky. Like, if any friends and family are watching this that have seen me through like any bad eyebrow phases, you will know I have probably done it all with my eyebrows. I've done the whole like drawing it on so they are like an inch thick. They look like hairy slugs on my face. I have done the overplucked, over tweezed look. They were like little arches. They were awful. I've done it all, but I'm quite lucky now that like I just shape my brows and then I don't really have to fill them in. I do have quite like bushy, like thick brows, which that's the vibe I like. So that's all well and good. And then that, because I'm not doing anything today, nah, let's do a bit of bronzer. Honestly, I'm probably only doing this purely because I'm filming. Like, but even then, I don't really do it well. Like, it's a slow morning, and slow mornings, we're not in a rush. I'm just putting my makeup on. I just want to say, like, I know basically nothing when it comes to makeup. Pretty much everything I know about makeup is either through trial and error of like dodgy night out makeup, or it's from my bestie Indy. Honestly, she knows everything when it comes to makeup. Like, in my eyes, she's like one of those people that is like at the, you know, in like makeup shops or whatever, like going to MAC or something, and they'd be the people that know everything about it and will like tell you which one, like which products to get and how to use them and all of that. Like, she would be one of those for sure, but she knows it all, and I've got so many good tips from her when it comes to makeup, and like so many good product recommendations as well. Like, I'm pretty sure literally this palette is like a Rimmel like highlight, contour and blush. I don't know if she actually uses it anymore. She's probably going to watch this and go, ugh, don't use that anymore, get that off your face. But I don't intend to use the contour on it anymore. I used to, and it was really harsh, but I use the blush because I still like the blush. I'm not really like that much of a blush kind of person. I've got quite like a rosy complexion, and I go really red, like basically with anything. So for so long I didn't wear blush because I just hated being more red. So yeah, that the lore goes deep. So this is another thing from Indy, my mate, and it's the NYX Dewy Finish Makeup Setting Spray. And she was the one that put me onto the product, and then equally as well, so she started doing YouTube as well, and she basically did this video. She was like getting ready or whatever, and she was like shaking it up, and I had no idea you were supposed to do that.
like genuinely no idea. So yeah, this is what I mean. I know nothing when it comes to makeup. I just wing it and go with it and hope for the best. Kind of like my whole life. Also, she drowns her face in this stuff. I just need a few sprays, but I don't really put that much on, so it's fine. And then that is the finished look. And then typically, I mean, I will just sort of like brush through my hair. I mean, I was in a real phase of like styling it like every day. Like I would be curling it, I would doing like blowouts on it. Like I didn't really do much. I wouldn't really straighten it because my hair is like pretty straight anyway. Like I always used to have very like flat straight hair, like no volume to it whatsoever. And then, I mean, if anyone else has this, hair oiling, I've been doing that consistently now for about 2 years and it's made such a difference. And also there's this stuff, which is the Wella Shockwaves Volume Mousse. This, it's so good. I do feel like it makes me feel like my hair isn't potentially as like healthy. Like it doesn't, when I don't put this stuff in, like my hair is just like, it just falls out of anything. It's so like slippy and so like silky, which is great, you know, my hair's then like really healthy. And I do sometimes like to just not put it in and just check that I actually don't have like insane damage in my hair, because obviously I do dye my hair and I do sometimes heat style it and all of that. But this is great, so absolutely would recommend this. Now, this is not a get ready with me video. This is just my slow morning. It's just part of that is obviously getting ready. Didn't show you me getting dressed because that's weird, but this is not that type of channel. So yeah, I'm now just gonna get on and have a nice chill morning. So yeah, so I've literally just watched that footage back and realised like, why on earth, why did I set the camera up like that? That was so weird, freaky deaky. So apologies for that. And yeah, hopefully it didn't take away from that section of the video, but I'm really tired. This is really hard, like walking down the stairs with a hot cup of tea and filming. I am not built for this. I'm really not. Anyway, slow morning. So I'm just gonna water the plants. Currently there's just like so many pallets out. It's actually ridiculous. And I started all these seeds like way too late. Absolutely way too late. I mean, like some of them have, you know, germinated. Oh, that's dripping water on me. Delightful. So I actually got the like smaller one. There's one from Wilco. Oh, R.I.P. This big one I actually got for my birthday from my partner's parents, so that was really nice of them. So in here I've got strawberry plants, which is what I'm watering now. I need to, like, I basically made these planters for them, but I need to sort it all out properly. They need like a little like ladder thing for it basically. And I ran out of water. Typical. I need to get like a hose or something. That'd be so much better. And the tap is like on this other side of the house. I do have like a hose, but I basically need to actually set it all up. It's not ready yet. Oh my god, I've got a dead ladybug on my thing. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, ladybug. Oh, it's really heavy now. And then, so some of these I've started are like perennial plants, so any gardeners you let me know. I'm just going to leave it and then hope that they sort of like grow next year. But should I be doing that? I don't know. I'd assume so because they're perennial. Sorry, you're just getting a lovely view of my bum right now. I've got a little raspberry cane down here, which I also need to sort out. And again, nearly out of water. Maybe I should put something over that clip of my bum, like a little blur thing or something. That'd be quite funny. Yeah, these plants really aren't doing well. I think because I started most of them like in a fucking heat wave. Like, it wasn't a heat wave, but it was very hot weather, and that was when I started the seeds. So clearly they didn't like that. More water. I'll pull out my wedgie before I come back on camera. So for anyone that hasn't noticed yet, I have this fancy new mic and I'm absolutely loving it. It means that you can actually, I can actually get shots like this where I'm like still talking. I don't have to do voiceover and all of it. Oh, nearly lost my plant there. Sounded like a really weird bird. I think it's just a pigeon, but oh shit. Definitely sounded weird, didn't it? Sorry, the ankle strength, which is mad considering how many times I've sprained my ankles. There we go, plants watered. So I typically do all of this before I actually start work. And then, I don't know if they're in shot, I hope they are, but these gorgeous little potato plants, which these are actually sprouting, and these are actually, you know, they're looking alright. With water, because I didn't give them anything yesterday. Bad plant on. So yeah, I hope you can see them. I don't know if you're able to see me right now, but those potato plants, 2 of them are in buckets that I've like drilled holes into, and then this other one is like a mini grow bag. But they're actually doing really well. I put a clip at the end of like, you know, they're actually growing. Like, they're like basically the only thing that has. They're really good watering. They haven't had much. There we go. And then honestly, I'm just going to leave the watering can there. Look at the potato plants. They're actually popping out. So I'll insert a picture. Oh, sorry, it's like kind of windy out here. So I'll insert a picture of what they looked like before. But I basically created monsters. And then now they're actually all like growing. Like all the little, was basically all of like these bits. They were like all the shoots like coming off the potatoes. And they're actually now all starting to like grow little plants. So I don't know how long it takes for potatoes to be ready until they're ready to harvest, but we'll see. I want to do sweet potatoes as well. So plants are all watered, and I don't know if you could hear any of that, and I don't know if, I'm really hoping that no one focuses on my bum and my pyjama pants too much. That'd be really embarrassing. And I can't even remember what I was going to say, but yeah, I tend to water the plants now in the morning purely because I was watering them in the evening. I know you're not supposed to do it in like in the middle of the day in like direct sunlight or anything. So yeah, and I saw this thing about how if you water them in the morning, then there's not like you don't get or like the mold or something grow. I don't know. Can't remember the exact reason. I just remember that there was something that said don't water them in the evening. So now I try and water them in the morning. So that is now part of my slow morning routine. Honestly, like there's only a few things that are really part of the routine. They just like take a while, like the watering the plants, and I just like while I'm doing it, I'm not stressing about whatever else it is I've got to do, and I'm not I'm not thinking about work. I'm not thinking about my to-do list. I'm not thinking about anything, which is really hard for me. Anyone who knows me knows that that's basically all I do is stress and worry and overthink things. So, like, almost like doing those little bits in the morning, it just helps sort of like set up the day a bit and like start my day with less stress, which I'm hoping is really good for my brain and my body and whatnot. But anyway, I'm gonna go and get this ridiculous country gilet off, and I'm gonna read a book. Yeah, that's normally what ends up happening on a nice little slow morning. So let's go do that. So by this point, I'm really hoping that my tea is not cold. It's close. I feel like I did end up doing a bit more than I probably should have done before making my tea. Well, no, like I ended up doing it after, but you know, you've seen. And then basically, currently, I'm reading the Harry Potter series. I'm on a mission this year. I wanted to get back into fiction reading, and so I'm reading like all of the books where, you know, like all the teen, like YA books where they're like Harry Potter. Is it a teen book? I don't know. Like Divergent, Hunger Games, Maze Runner, which I never actually read, but I watched the films and loved them. And so I'm trying to like read all those books this year to sort of like get me back into the like when I just loved reading fiction. Like all I read at the minute is non-fiction. So yeah, hence Harry Potter. So that's it. I feel like I might heat this up. Honestly, does anyone else microwave their tea? I know some people find it absolutely disgusting, but I'm like, Yorkshire tea is expensive. Like, I feel like especially nowadays, like tea is way more expensive than it ever used to be. Fair enough, if you buy cheap tea bags and you want to just make another one, go for it. But I'm like, I don't want to waste this tea bag. It doesn't taste as good, I find, when I microwave it, but I'd rather have a hot cup of tea. So I'm going to go do that. Tea is back to being warm again, probably actually too hot, and I'm just going to sit and chill and read for a bit. Now, I would normally take my little clog croc things off. You don't need to see my feet. Again, not that kind of channel. I've now made that way too hot. But yeah, I typically, like a slow morning, I will just sit here and chill, to be honest. And I will read my book, I'll journal for a bit. I wasn't journaling for ages, and then, so I think I started, it was a couple of years ago, maybe like 2022. I started journaling then, and then I ended up kind of like journaling through like a it wasn't a pretty bad breakup. I mean, it was like a long term my like last long-term relationship. So sort of like journaling through the breakup and the pain. So I kind of stopped when I met Joel, my partner, and I really wanted to just get back to doing it. I think I was feeling quite like overwhelmed. Like I think with starting doing content stuff and trying to, balance that with doing stuff around the house and like different DIY projects, and then with full-time work as well, and trying to also live a slower life and make more things from scratch and like not have as much processed food. All of that, it takes time. So then like trying to balance everything, I didn't anticipate how long everything would take and how hard it would be to sort of like fit everything in, balance everything out, and then obviously still have like a social life and all of that as well, which I don't really have much of, to be honest. But yeah, and then so I have got back into journaling recently. I'm like ranting now and like raving on. You don't need to hear all this. So yeah, I got back into journaling. It's something I find really helps me to just slow down a bit and chill out, and just like I feel so much better mentally when I journal. I think because I'm quite like I think out loud. Like I will think by talking to people, and like that's how like I process it all, by like getting it out. And I find that I can either do that by just talking people's ear off about the exact same topics over and over and over again, which they probably find quite irritating, but it's just how I process. Or I can journal, and then that's like me getting it out as well, and then everyone doesn't need to hear the same thing 10 times over. So yeah, I'm trying to do that. And then equally as well, I can use it as a good, like I've been doing it more recently now, of adding like my affirmations and like getting back into like manifesting and all of that. Like I used to do that so much, and then I haven't really for probably quite a while. Maybe like, I don't know, like a year or so. Like haven't like really done it properly. I need like an updated vision board. That would be good. Maybe that could be a cute little video. Let me know if you want to see that. Maybe me and my friend could do it together. That would be cute. If she's watching this now, I'm like, I'm like dragging you into a video. Maybe some B-roll. So yeah, maybe that could be cute. I do reckon I need like an updated vision board. Like I used to have things like that all the time, and I would just like manifest like and use affirmations all the time, and I've started putting them into my journal instead. So I'm still sort of like getting it out and speaking out into the universe and all that. Any of the like, maybe I've just lost all the non-believers. So I've lost all the people that don't manifest and all the people that don't microwave tea now. So unless you're just here for the vibes. I can't do my usual sign off though. So one sec. Here we go. Usual sign off. So please, I know it's been a bit of a random video, but honestly, I do just find like a slow morning really just sets up my day so much nicer. Like honestly, try it. Genuinely, like just pick something that you find really relaxing. Like pick a couple of things just that you can fit into like half an hour before you start your day. Like I was waking up and doing like a whole bunch of work, and I was then just getting overwhelmed and burnt out, and then I went back to having more of like a slower morning, and now I feel so much better off. Like I just am more productive in the day, so then all those bits that I was trying to get done first thing in the morning, I actually get done like on my lunch break, in the evenings. I do all of that later in the day because I'm actually then like more switched on, more productive. I don't know how to explain that, but anyway, my arm's getting tired. So don't forget to like, subscribe, all of that genuinely does mean the world. And I will see you all next week. Have a great weekend and a great week. Bye.